Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Electro Study. This is lecture series 1 under Introduction to IoT, dealing with a basic introduction of what IoT is and basic introduction of what networking is. Come, let's go into the video. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment. So these are the possible learnings that you can take out from this lecture series, Introduction to IoT. So first, you will be seeing the evolution of IoT. You will be understanding about the evolution of IoT, networking components of IoT, and addressing strategies in IoT. And the second possible learning will be you will be dealing with various sensing devices and actuator types. Third learning, possible learning is the processing, what all the processing available in the IoT. Fourth learning is it is associated with many technologies that is used in IoT. And finally, the fifth possible learning is about the architecture of complete IoT application. Now, we need to understand what is IoT. So the complete world is now into IoT. So what is IoT? IoT is nothing but it is Internet of Things. That is, it is a thing where it is embedded with hell number of things, that is software, hardware. Hardware consists of electrical, electronics, networks, sensors, actuators, etc. So all these hardware combined into a software to make the software makes the hardware work, and n number of people can access everything. So it, you can tell that in a different way, like it allows collection and exchange of data. You can play with data, collections of information. So what is the goal of the IoT? So this IoT, based on the internet connectivity, it helps in connecting different people at different areas with a common server. Right. So you can tell IoT as a smart. It is very smart application. How you can tell that it is smart? By improving the aspects of our life. It improves each and every day of our life based on some technology. It is growing. See, we use AI algorithms. We use data collection to maintain the database. And we use different networks to connect all the collection of data in one place. So this is the complete process which we are seeing in daily life is nothing but IoT, right? So what is networking under IoT? So just a small introduction I'll give you about this. The data and the information collected together, say some applications like from agriculture, from the base application, that is from agriculture to all the military applications and operation, all depends only on information. Only when there is information you can cultivate. See, in agriculture, if there is information what people requires, then only farmer knows how to what to be cultivated, right? So the same way in military operation, what information does the India Pakistan border requires, military people requires, based on that their action is, right? So information is a must for playing with data and information in a network. So in present day operation, various organizations are focusing on the speed and nature of information. It is very crucial. The speed and the nature of information becomes crucial because even a small delay in speed or small nature of information is wrong, the complete application goes wrong. Right. So it is very crucial. So in today's world, complete world relies on networking and data collection. So based on that, it allows for instant availability of information where and when required. Right. So networking is nothing but it is linking of computers. So to share information, gather information, you need some device. Say suppose we are using PCs, personal computers. So if you are using mobile phones, you are sitting at one end and you can chat with the other, with your friend at the other end. How? It is done using networking. So this network will have a device called as host. It is not like a device, it is a node where it is specified as host, that is through which each and every person from different world can communicate. So this host will be interconnected through a network. So this is a PC, this is a host, and from this host, it is connected to the other PC. So there is a network between the host and the PC. Right. And you will have a unique device identifier, that is for each and every messages or each and every device what you use, you have a number for it, so that people can trace who is communicating to whom. So there are different protocols, set of rules to follow all those interaction between different areas. So here, host is nothing but it is a single path or a multiple path which is used for sending and receiving data, as I told. So this will be a host, the line. This will be a host. One end people will be sitting at one end, another people will be sitting at the other end. To receive and send data, there is a connection is formed, that is known as the host, and the data can be transferred. What kind of data can be transferred, that is sent and received by the client or the server? It may be a text, it may be a images, or it may be a videos. So this networks, it is divided into different types based on these parameters: types of connection, physical topology, and reach of the network. So these three, based on the requirements, it is divided into these kinds. So connection type. So connection type deals with two types: point to point and point to multi-point. So point to point, as the diagram tells, see, you have one host and another host, point to point link, direct connection. So this point to point network is referred as direct connection. There is no in between server that is connected, it is directly interacting. So the remote control, say for example, the example for point to point network is the remote control for an AC or a remote control for a television. There is no sensor or nothing. See, there is no in between any host interacting. As soon as the sensor is on in your remote and it is interacting with the main AC device, the remote and the AC device keep interacting directly, right? So these kind of network, it is designed to work over on duplex link. It can send and receive data at both the time, and it is synchronized with a particular time also. Say suppose an information has to be sent in 10 milliseconds, so it is synchronized with the time such that it is maintaining that 10 milliseconds such that the data are received at the other end. And so this point to point connection, it is mainly used in optical networks, right? And point to multi-point connection. So here point to multi-point is, this is one point, it is connected to multiple points. So more than two hosts, not only direct connection, it has two or more hosts to share the information. Say for example, you can tell one to many connection. One to many connection, right? So point to multi-point connection find a popular use in wireless network. It is not wired. You can sit at one end and wirelessly communicate with other, right? So wireless networks, it will be commonly used, point to multi-point networks. And the channel is shared between various hosts. It is not that it is particularly to one host, it is shared with many hosts. And each of the approaches has various screens and protocols to be followed to communicate with each other, right? And next is, you have a physical topology to be studied. So these are the four topologies that is followed by different networks. Networks select different topologies to communicate. So bus, star, mesh, ring, all these. There are another types also, tree and hybrid. So you can see this is the central hub which is connected with different nodes. So these nodes are connecting with the central hub and it is communicating. Likewise, this topology works. So star topology. So star topology is nothing but it is a point to point link. It first interacts, this host first interacts with the central hub, and the central hub gives information to the other host. This is how a star topology works. And this, why we choose star topology is, it is very cheaper, and the maintenance of the star topology is very easy, and it is very easy to set up. So we use star topology, and the host cannot communicate with any other device directly. Only with the central hub it can communicate, it cannot do direct communication. And here, this central hub will act as the network traffic exchange. So this central hub is responsible for seeing that not only one host is overloaded with traffic, each and every host is shared with data such that there is no traffic occurring between the host. So the main advantages of choosing star topology is, as I told, it is easy to set up and fault identification is very easy in this. And disadvantages of this topology is, if one point fails, if suppose the central hub to this host, if it fails, the complete topology is a breakdown. So that is the disadvantage. Next is mesh. So mesh is nothing but each and every host will be connected to each and every different nodes. So in mesh topology, all the hosts will be interacting with all the host, right? So there will be massive number of links created between different nodes. So the best advantages that you can see in this mesh topology is it is robust. Even if a link is down, say suppose this to this link is down, you can follow some other path to reach the message to a particular node. Okay, and obviously the security and privacy of the traffic of the data is completely maintained, and there is a reduced data load on single host because it is taking different paths to communicate. And finally, you can tell that this mesh topology forms the backbone network because it can communicate to n number of nodes from n number of nodes. So this becomes a backbone network. Next, you will be seeing about bus topology. Bus topology is nothing but point to point, point to multi-point. See, from one point it is connected to different nodes, right? So point to multi-point connection. This is also, see, it primarily takes the traffic pathway, that is between each node it judges what is the traffic, and based on that it keeps on dropping the lines, right? And the advantages of this bus topology is it is easy to install. However, you have one restriction, that is the length of the cable. If you keep on inserting a host, so that is a host or node to the line, the cable length will keep on increasing, which you will have losses. Obviously there will be losses in cables, so that is a disadvantage, but advantages is easy to set up. And the cabling also, it is very simple, it is not complicated. And another one main drawback of this topology is it is difficult to find a fault. If there is a fault occurring in this particular node, it is difficult because many data are passing through this cable. So it will be difficult for us to find the in which network the fault is located. Next is ring topology. So ring topology, it works on the principle of point to point connection. That is, this ring, it forms a ring shape. From here, data will be transferred to here. If suppose this is the starting node and ending node, this is the ending node, either you have to transfer like this or you have to go through like this. So point to point. So each of the hosts will be dedicated to one connection. And based on repeaters, it forms a symbol of a ring. Here, the fault identification and the setup of the complete topology is simple. And only one disadvantages you can see in this ring topology, that there will be a high chance of failure. If suppose this fails, then you cannot send data through this pathway. Complete host will be failed. So these are the comparison between different network topology, star, mesh, bus and ring. You can see what all the features this topology uses and what is the advantages and disadvantages of using the different topology. And based on this comparison, you can come out with between these topologies, which topology is best to use in IoT application using when you are using networking models. Hope you have understood this introduction part. Stay tuned for other lecture series where complete introduction of IoT will be explained. Thank you. Stay tuned.